What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Saturday, March 9th, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 1400 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in today from all over the world. We have CNN reporting that the U.S. had prepared rigorously for a possible Russian nuclear strike in Ukraine in late 2022. This was confirmed by U.S. defense officials. Apparently, the Biden administration was particularly concerned at the time that Russia might use tactical nuclear weapons to deter further casualties or a potential attack on Russia itself. So this is huge news, guys, and more proof that a lot of things are going on behind the scenes that we are not aware about. And I am almost certain that we have gone to DEF CON 2 several times in the last 2 years. We just didn't know about it. And the Minister of Defense of Poland has stated that the West has to prepare for the worst and most difficult scenarios in Ukraine. And this is coming just days after Emmanuel Macron doubled down on his idea of sending French troops and NATO troops into Ukraine if Russia were to break through the Ukrainian lines and advance towards Kyiv or Odessa, which are the two most important cities in Ukraine. Kyiv is the capital and Odessa is the port city. If Russia were to take one or both of those cities, then Ukraine is basically lost. And so Macron has been stating that NATO needs to send troops into Ukraine if that were to happen, and that there should be no limits and no red lines. And now we have the Minister of Defense of Poland saying that the West needs to be prepared for the worst and most difficult scenarios in Ukraine. And last night, I broke the news that Russia was going to be mobilizing 300,000 troops by no later than June the 1st. And this is basically confirming what Zelensky said. He said that Russia was preparing a counteroffensive of their own in late spring and early summer. So it looks like this summer, Russia may be going for the jugular. If they're going to be drafting 300,000 troops, that's more than double what they had when they started the invasion. And they may just try to break through somewhere in Donetsk area, because that's where they have most of their forces concentrated, is around Donetsk. That's where Russia is the strongest. And if they break through over there, it's just open ground all the way to Kyiv. So I'm very concerned that they could try to make a breakthrough near, let's say, Avdiivka and on up towards Bakhmut. Somewhere between those two cities, they could try to break through the Ukrainian lines over there. And then once they break through, there's literally nothing stopping them from getting to Kyiv. It's just, open country. So this summer, things could really escalate, guys. And Macron has made it clear that he's willing to send French troops to prevent Ukraine from being taken over by Russia. Okay, NATO is not going to allow Russia to take Kyiv or take Odessa. Okay, they've already invested billions and billions of dollars in helping Ukraine, and they're not going to allow Russia to just take the country over, the entire country. I think up until now, NATO has been okay with, Russia just taking the eastern parts or the southern parts of Ukraine, but if Russia makes any more serious gains that threaten Odessa and Kyiv, I think you're going to see NATO countries deploy forces into Ukraine. And we also have an update on the situation in Moscow. Multiple Western countries have put out warnings for their citizens in Moscow, telling them to avoid large gatherings because of a possibility of a terror attack this weekend. And now apparently local police in Moscow have been put on high alert. Okay, so this could be related to Ramadan. Ramadan starts, I believe, on Monday, and there is a large Muslim minority in Moscow. So potentially some, Chechen, terrorists, or some terrorists from Dagestan or somewhere in the Caucasus. They could try to do something, or it could be a false flag orchestrated by the KGB or FSB. We really don't know, but if anything happens, I will break the news to you. If there's anything serious going on over there, I'll keep an eye on it. And there were 20 kabooms reported in Taganrog, Russia overnight. Apparently, Ukraine hit an aviation factory with new drones that were described by Russian mill bloggers as having very powerful warheads and drones that they've never seen before. So, Ukraine is using some new drones with very powerful warheads. And this must be some of the drones that Ukraine said that they were building over the last year. So 20 kabooms, guys, that's a lot. And according to information from TV4 Nyheterna in Sweden, several large unidentified drones were observed in several places in southern Sweden in Skåne County, which is close to Denmark. Apparently, between 2200 hours last night and 0300 this morning, Sweden time, the police in Sweden received several reports about drones flying over Scania County. Among other things, the police had been alerted to drones flying over a decommissioned nuclear power plant, the Barsebäck nuclear power plant. Apparently, this area is a protected object and photography is prohibited. There have also been reports of drones in the air in Svedala, Ystad, and the Malmo airport. And Swedish police have not ruled out yet if this was foreign or not. Okay, foreign drones or not. So it looks like potentially Russia may have flown drones over southern Sweden. Now remember, Sweden literally just joined NATO. They just got officially accepted into NATO, I believe, yesterday. And they're doing these massive exercises in Scandinavia right now, Nordic Response 24. So it would not surprise me at all if these were Russian surveillance drones, and one of them flew over a decommissioned nuclear power plant, another one flew over an airport, and here you can see on the map all the areas that these drones flew over. Okay, so very, very serious. And I reported like 2 weeks ago about this gas attack on the headquarters of Swedish intelligence, which is SAPO. Apparently, there was phosgene released at the Swedish intelligence headquarters, and that was kind of swept under the rug by Swedish media and Western media. You didn't really hear much about it after that happened, but that did actually happen, guys. There was some type of a gas attack, and the U.S. Navy claims to have shot down 15 attack drones in self-defense in the Red Sea that were launched by the Houthis. And the U.S. Army announced the thwarting of 2 Houthi drone attacks targeting ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. And the Houthis claim to have launched 37 drones last night into the Red Sea. That's what the Houthis are claiming. 37 drones. That is just absolutely insane. And Russia announced that they shot down 47 Ukrainian drones over the southern regions of Russia last night. That is absolutely insane, guys. 47 drones apparently launched by Ukraine over southern Russia. I'm not sure if I believe that, but it's very possible. And here we have a picture of that mobilization order. I shared this in my update last night. Some of you guys probably didn't see it because notifications weren't sent out, but this is the mobilization order. Okay, it shows here partial mobilization of 300,000 citizens no later than June the 1st of 2024. The current order comes into force on March 25th, and it was signed by Sergei Shoigu, Minister of Defense of the Russian Federation. Okay, so this is very, very serious. And here we have a description from some of the Russian mill bloggers about this Ukrainian drone attack on Taganrog, which is where that aviation factory was. The night and morning drone attack on us was carried out by aircraft with new characteristics. The warhead is much more powerful than previous models. They flew very low. Anticipatory discovery is difficult. The flight paths were through the territory of the LPR and the DPR, that's the Donbass, from the contact line to Svetlodarsk, then to Kirovsk, after which they turned south, and then they were being shot down in the Taganrog area. Flight time from Kirovsk to Taganrog was 1 hour. The UAVs in the Novotroitsk region arrived from the direction across the Dnieper north of Kakhovka. Once again, the drone is much larger in size, sounded similar to a Shahed, which is the Iranian drone. The warhead exceeds those previously recorded. And this update was sponsored by My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply is doing a discount on their 1 month emergency food supply. And to get the deal, you got to go to preparewithnyprepper.com, and the link is in the description below this video. This is a 1 month freeze dried food supply. It has a 25-year shelf life, and it's all packed within 2 rugged water resistant buckets. Free shipping is included. $177 for 1 month of food. Where are you going to find a deal like that? They also have a general store, and they're always running discounts in their general store on various prepping and survival items. They have everything from MREs, potassium iodide, to survival seeds. And to get to their general store, you got to click on the My Patriot Supply logo at the top of the page when you get to preparewithnyprepper.com. And you'll see when you get there, they have everything you can imagine. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get $60 off the My Patriot Supply 1 month emergency food supply. That's $180 for 1 month of food, free shipping included. The link is in the description below this video. And also check out their general store. They have everything you can imagine prepping and survival related, and they're always running various discounts there. Speed from 80 to 200 kilometers per hour. The flight altitude in a number of areas is only 12 to 15 meters. Wow, that's very low. Small arms are ineffective when trying to shoot it down, so it must be armored. So this thing flies just 12 to 15 meters. That's insane, guys. That's like as low as the roof of a house, and up to 200 kilometers per hour, and small arms were ineffective, meaning that it has some kind of shielding around it, some armor plating. And here we have the travel warning that was put out by the U.S. Embassy about these terror attacks in Moscow. It's still up. And here we have a post from U.S. Central Command claiming that they defeated a Houthi attack in the Red Sea, claiming they shot down 15 drones. And the Houthis are claiming they launched 37 drones. And a couple of days ago, the Houthis actually killed 2 civilian sailors in a drone attack or missile attack. And remember when the Biden administration was saying, oh, yeah, we're going to deal with the Houthis. We got this multinational coalition. You know, what are they doing? Okay, where is this multinational coalition? They've already sunk 1 ship. They killed 2 sailors. I mean, this is insane, guys. It's out of control. And the Israeli chief of staff has apparently ordered the preparations for a ground invasion of southern Lebanon to deal with Hezbollah. Okay, so the Israeli chief of staff has ordered the preparation of plans for a ground invasion against Hezbollah. And just a few days ago, the Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant told Amos Hochstein, the White House Lebanon advisor, that Israel is going to give until March 15th for Hezbollah to make a treaty with them. And if there's no treaty by March 15th, then they're going to go in on the ground. So that situation is going to really escalate in the Middle East. Once Israel goes into Lebanon, things are going to really pop off in the Middle East. And Erdogan, the president of Turkey, says he will not seek re-election after the end of his current term, which ends in 2028. Somehow I don't believe that, but maybe it's true. And Armenia is apparently discussing the idea of membership in the EU, according to the Armenian foreign minister. And the United States has urged all citizens to immediately evacuate Haiti. Apparently, a Marine Corps security force regiment is going to be deployed to Haiti. The current prime minister of Haiti, Ariel Henry, is stuck in Puerto Rico after a state visit to Kenya to plead for security assistance. As a result of the seizure of the Port-au-Prince airport by armed men, Ariel Henry was prevented from returning to Haiti, and there's reports of intense gunfights in the streets of Port-au-Prince. Okay, so very serious situation in Haiti right now. And here we have evidence of possible Russian infiltration into the Polish farmers' protests. Here we have a picture of a so-called ordinary, peaceful Polish farmer protesting the cheap Ukrainian grain. And apparently this guy is actually a Russian agent. Okay, apparently he's listed in a database of agents of the Russian special services. And he is also very active on social media, posting Russian propaganda. Okay, so I think that a lot of these protests we're seeing in Poland are not actually organic. Some of it is, but I think some of it is being instigated by the Russian security services, the Russian intelligence services. They're trying to drive a wedge between Poland and Ukraine, so they're instigating the situation. Okay, but this guy is a Russian agent of the KGB. So that's the latest breaking news that I have. I might be back tomorrow with another quick update. I am spending time with my family this weekend. I wasn't going to do an update today, but I wanted to sneak out and quickly update you guys because there was some very serious news. So I might be back tomorrow with another short update. If not, I'll be posting outdoors and firearms content the rest of the weekend, and I'll be back to my normal updates on Monday. So until then, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.
Guys, if you want to learn about some of the most infamous terrorist leaders in the Middle East, you got to check out Gaza's Most Wanted. They have these playing cards and shooting range targets with all the most infamous terrorists printed on them. So this way you can learn what they look like and who they are while playing a game of poker or while having fun at the range practicing your skills. 10% of proceeds are donated to support the Israeli Defense Forces. So check them out, gazasmostwanted.com. And if you use the promo code NYPrepper, you get 5% off of your entire order. So I'm going to leave a link and the promo code in the description below this video.